Well, good morning, everybody. Nice to have you out there this morning. Got to tell you, a surprising new study of consumers and investors found that if equal pay for women in the workplace isn't a top ethical concern for business, it sure ought to be. Here with more on this topic are two experts on business ethics. Catherine Hernandez-Blades, a chief brand and communications officer at Aflac, and Stephen-Hahn-Griffiths, who is also with the Reputation Institute, and he's been involved in compiling a lot of this data. So good morning, folks. Nice to have you here. Let me ask you, Stephen, what does the survey reveal about employees and the ethics of their companies?
What it reveals is ethics are more important than ever before, and one of the key learnings out of the survey was 81% of consumers and 72% of professional investors basically say it's unacceptable for there not to be equal pay in the workplace for both men and women. That's really a key and profound finding in today's world.
Well, Catherine, let me ask you, what should companies focus on when it comes to being socially responsible?
Well, it isn't a one-size-fits-all proposition. For example, at Aflac, we have a cancer policy. So 20 years ago, we entered into a partnership and created the Aflac Cancer Center in Atlanta, Georgia. And over the past 20-plus years, we've donated over $120 million to the research and treatment of pediatric cancer. It's authentic to us, it gets our employees excited, and it's true to the core of who we are, and that's why it's such a great partnership.
Stephen, maybe you can tell us some of the things that you're looking at when you're determining whether a company has a good or bad reputation.
Sure. At Reputation Institute, we have a means by which we can deconstruct companies and look at them cognitively and rationally, and we have 7 key dimensions that define reputation. 3 of those today are especially important. They are related to measures of good corporate citizenship, governance, and workplace. Those 3 things together add up to corporate social responsibility, which, based on the most recent survey data, represents 41% of the weight of importance of reputation. In other words, every company out there needs to take this seriously. CSR is no longer just about goodwill. It truly is about good business.
Well, it's interesting because if I'm reading these numbers right, the findings show that 25% of respondents to the survey have been asked to do something unethical by their boss. 36% of millennials say they complied with a request to do something unethical. And it's interesting because with everything that we're hearing now about, people getting in trouble for certainly sexual issues at the workplace, this is really something that a lot of companies really have to stop and take notice of, that people do notice before they sign on with a company about how they're going to react to things like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, clearly certain employees are put into a situation of moral dilemma that's clearly unacceptable. There should be zero tolerance to bad ethics, and every company needs to understand that today. All
right, folks, listen, where can we go for more information about the results?
The results, which are fascinating. For more information on those, please visit aflac.com/ACSR.
All right, thank you, folks.